What's up, y'all? It's your girl Toya, as well as your favorite Carnival cruise specialist and your favorite travel agent. And today we are going to get into how to stay healthy and safe while cruising. Check it out. Okay, the very first thing that you need to do as soon as you get on board is go ahead and go to your muster station. Your muster station is just getting all of the necessary, knowledge and being more comfortable if there was some type of emergency where, either people had to evacuate the boat or whatever the emergency was. They tell you everything right then and there. They tell you how to use your life vest. And I believe where your muster station is located is where you will go to actually get your life vest. Now, I think on the older boats, they still have some of the life jackets and the life vests like in the room. Don't quote me. I will have to double check on that. But I will say for this new procedure method update, once you do go to your muster station, that is where you actually will get your life vest and whatever else that, you may need in case of an emergency. Okay. So that's the very first thing. Go ahead, go to your muster station, get that out the way. Like I said, it's digital. So once you're finished, you're done. You can go and enjoy, the food, the pool, whatever else if your room is not ready until that sail away party, okay? Because that sail away party is always lit. So the second thing that I think is very, very, very important to stay healthy and safe while you are cruising is, for one, always know your family's and your friends' room numbers, okay? If anything happens, I'm not saying that you will have time to go there, but at least if something is happening or, maybe something's happening on their floor, you just kind of want to make sure hey, is, mom and dad on deck number 5? Is my sister and my brother on deck number 8? You just want to make sure, even if you don't know at least the room number itself, at least make sure that you understand what floor they're on. What's the deck? Is it deck 1, 2, 3, 4? And then sometimes each deck has their own name depending on the actual boat that you are on. So make sure you know the room numbers or at least the deck numbers of where your family and your friends are staying in case you need to hurry up and you need to get them. And it may not even be necessarily an emergency with the boat itself. It could just be maybe, hey, I got, I need some medicine. My mom has my asthma pump, I need to go to her room or, whatever. Just make sure, because you never know, okay? Or maybe you need to go and find your mom because maybe she forgot something or whatever. So just make sure that you know exactly either the room number or, like I said, at least the deck or the floor that your family and friends are on, because you want to make sure that you guys stay together. You want to make sure that you guys stay safe and that you guys stay healthy, okay? The third thing that I would say staying healthy and safe while cruising is going to be make sure that you know where your emergency exits are, okay? Whether you are on, your floor deck, whether you're on your friend's floor deck, whether you are in the comedy show, whether you are getting some food, whether you're in the pool, wherever you are on that boat, just be mindful and kind of take a look around at, okay, well, if I'm sitting here, this is my next, exit or my emergency exit. If you're in the Grand Central Theater, hey, are my exit doors off to the floor or do I need to go up to get out? You get what I'm saying? So, and I'm not saying to take a whole tour of the boat, and write all this stuff down. But what I'm saying is during your cruise, the whole week of your cruise, not just on the first day, the whole week of your cruise, kind of scan where you sit. If every morning you're going to go to the dining hall. When you go to the dining hall, you're going to have your own, probably 9 times out of 10, your specific table. Okay, make sure this is my table. The nearest exit is, a couple of tables away to the left, or nearest exit is a couple of ways towards the front. You get what I'm saying? Just scan. You just want to scan to always be aware because, like I said, you're on a boat. You never know what may happen. Hopefully nothing does happen. But in case there is some type of emergency, and like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be an emergency of the actual boat itself. It could just be, somebody that's sitting beside you or somebody that's, in your visual area where, hey, you may need to, help, or maybe you just need to call for help and you kind of know where things are. However, I will say when you start getting on different classes of the ships, they're pretty much kind of like the same. Like I know with Carnival, like Mardi Gras Celebration, Jubilee, like they're all part of the Excel class. So even though they may have different decor and things may be a little bit different, most of their restaurants or their comedy show, like most of the things are similar in position according to the celebration. And then Mardi Gras. For instance, like I went and I toured the Jubilee, and I've been on the Carnival Celebration as cruising. And you know, when I went into like the grand, like central area where they do like the different shows and stuff, and I was just like, oh, this is just like, you know, the celebration. Like it's a little bit different, but it's in the same area. You get what I'm saying? Know where you are. Are you in the front of the boat? Are you in the back of the boat? You get what I'm saying? Are you in the midship? Are you in the mid, section of the boat? Like you want to know where you are. You get what I'm saying? Even when you go to the comedy shows or when you go out to eat. I say out to eat like you driving. But when you go to maybe like a specialty restaurant or when you go to a specific bar and you want to text your friend or whoever and say, hey, meet me at the Alchemy Bar. Okay, for somebody that's never cruised, they may not even know, okay, what is the Alchemy Bar and where even is that on this deck? Is it on floor 8? Is it on floor 5? And instead of you saying, oh, hey, it's floor number 5, okay, well, there's a lot of stuff on floor number 5. So you can say, hey, we are in the front of the boat on deck number 5. Or we are on the back of the boat, towards the back of the boat on deck number 5. Or it's midship. So now you're giving them a range of, okay, we're on deck 5. But you know how long deck 5 can be? And I really don't know if the Alchemy Bar is on deck 5 or not. I'm just using it as an example. But y'all get my point. What I'm saying is you just want to make sure that you can at least tell them, okay, hey, I'm on deck 5 towards the back, versus you trying to wait for them and they all the way up at the front. You know what I'm saying? So just be mindful, be cautious of where you are on the boat. Learn the boat throughout your whole ship, whether that's a 3-day, 4-day, 5-day, 6-day, 14-day. Okay, you're not going to know where everything is, but the more you continue to cruise, the different classes that of ships that you sail on, and then every time you're going to get some pizza, okay? Because baby, I know where that pizza is on deck 8, okay? Hey, baby, because I know where the foods is at, okay? If you don't know nothing else, make sure you know where that food is. Make sure you know at least where that pizza is, because pizzas stay open till about 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, okay? All right, so the next thing to ensure that you are safe and healthy while cruising, because I forgot what number I was on, but that's okay, is to always make sure that you download the Carnival Hub app, okay? When you download the Carnival Hub app, it's literally basically the map of your ship literally right there on your phone, okay? You can check into especially dining restaurants, so if you have to make a reservation, you can do that on the app. If you need to ensure, make a reservation when you're doing your normal dining, if you need to, depending on what time you're going, you can do that. If you want to see what shows they got planned, if you want to see what time the comedy show starts, if you want to see what activities they got going on the boat, if you want to see what time bingo start, literally all of that stuff is literally on your app. So what they'll do is every day they will give you a printout of different activities, what deck is on, and the time, okay? And let's just say you went to breakfast and you left that paper at home. What you can do is you can go ahead and open up your app, and then you can scroll and you can see what activities they have. If you want to go to a particular restaurant, you can see what time the restaurant opens and what times the restaurant closes. Sometimes on C days, which is basically the days where you're not, at a particular port, the dining times for certain restaurants and food places may be different on the days that you are actually at port. So that's something to be very mindful of and want to make sure that you have that right there on your phone. Now, one thing I will say is when you download the Carnival app, you do not have to purchase Wi-Fi in order to use the Carnival Hub app. However, I personally suggest you to at least get Wi-Fi, which rolls into my next thing is to get the app called What's Up app, okay? Now, when you get the What's Up app, yes, you actually have to purchase Wi-Fi They have 3 different types of categories for Wi-Fi. And it's 3 different ones that you can pick from. I will not go into those 3 different ones in this particular video, but I will go in more depth and detail in reference to the 3 different types of categories of Wi-Fi that Carnival has and that you can choose from on your next cruise. However, as of right now, I would suggest you get at least one of the Wi-Fi packages, okay? Once you download the What's Up app, you connect to the Wi-Fi. The What's Up app, you can make phone calls, you can text, you can video call, you can do all that good stuff. Now you have to make sure that the person that you are texting, calling, or whatever, that they also have the What's Up app. Now, that can work for those who are on the boat with you if they purchase Wi-Fi as well. And if you have kids, let's just say you're going on a cruise and you got kids at home. You know, you want to check on your mom or, you know, anybody in your family, your friends. You can make calls and text messages while you're on the boat to those who are not even cruising with you, okay? I do it all the time. At the time, I would text my grandma, I would text my mom, and I'm like, hey, good morning, we're at breakfast, you know, and take a little picture here and send it to them. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely can use the What's Up app to communicate with your family and your friends, whether they are on the boat or off the boat. The only thing that like I said, with that, you have to have a Wi-Fi package. Now, me personally, I got the most expensive one. It was the premium package, and you can use it for anything. You can use it for social media, you can use it for Skype, you know, check your emails, all the other good stuff. And again, just based off which package you choose, it will tell you, you know, what's included or what you have access to based off which package you choose, okay? Now, those 2 apps were very, very convenient. They were really fast. I highly suggest before you get on that boat, go ahead and download those 2 apps, okay? Now, once you get on a Carnival ship, and you already have the Carnival Hub app already downloaded, all you have to do is just go back into that app and then connect it to the Carnival's Wi-Fi. If you do not purchase Wi-Fi, the Carnival app will still work because it's connected to the Carnival's Wi-Fi with the app, but you will not be able to do any phone calls, texts, or like none of that stuff. Now, I will say, and don't quote me on this, you might, if somebody has like an iPhone, you might still be able to like send iMessages here and there without Wi-Fi. Not quite sure in reference to that, but because like I said, I just downloaded the What's Up app. I got the highest Wi-Fi because that was the fastest, just to make sure everything was good. And I was good to go. Okay, so make sure you get at least those 2 apps, the What's Up app and the Carnival Hub app. Now, in corresponding with that, when you are traveling, especially when you are on a boat, and I will do another video on this topic alone, but I suggest to always keep your phone on airplane mode. The reason why you want to keep your phone on airplane mode is because when you're sailing, you don't want your phone trying to like ping, onto different towers and sell your data and all the other stuff. And then your phone, you'll get like all those roaming charges. People say, oh, I came back from a cruise and my phone bill was, an additional $500 or $400. It's because your roaming charges and you don't have your phone on airplane mode. If you have your phone on airplane mode and even your watch, if you have some type of watch, I personally put my watch and my phone on airplane mode when I cruise. Now, yes, you can still use the Carnival app and you can still use the What's Up app when you are connected to Wi-Fi and your phone is on airplane mode. Yes, that will work. So no, turning your phone on airplane mode will disconnect Wi-Fi, okay? Unless you got some other type of phone and I don't know how that works. But as for me and my personal experience, out of all the times that I have cruised, I have downloaded those 2 apps. I have purchased the actual Wi-Fi, and then I have put my phone on airplane mode to ensure that my roaming charges, or my data, I should say, is not going to ping to the different towers as I am sailing. Okay, and my phone stays on airplane mode the whole duration, entire time. You can still, like I said, if you get the Wi-Fi, you can still post on social media. You can still do all of the good stuff on your phone, even when your phone is in airplane mode. And then the very last thing that I would talk about in reference to how you can stay safe and healthy while cruising is, one, just make sure you have hand sanitizer with you. Sometimes I know especially since like COVID, they've had like the hand sanitizing stations all around throughout the cruise ship. However, I will always say just make sure you have your own personal hand sanitizer or some type of wipes. Make sure you have your medicine with you at all times, which is another thing. So let's just say if there is some type of emergency, you always want to make sure that you at least have your medication on you. So you have like a crossbody, a purse, or whatever. I typically just carried a small little crossbody bag with me anywhere I went, because it kept my medicine in there. Sometimes, if I needed to, I would put my phone in there. I just had all of my important things in a small little, crossbody, which takes it from having to, if I'm, watching a show or I'm in a comedy, club, whatever, and I need medicine, instead of leaving, which can be all the way, let's just say like on deck 9, if my room is all the way on deck 4 or 5, just having to get up, go on the elevator, go down to the room, then go back on the elevator, get back to wherever you were. I just always make sure I carry just a small little crossbody bag to ensure that I have my personal things. And like I said, in case there is an emergency, you do want to make sure that you have your medication with you as well, because you may not have time to go back to your room to get that medication, okay? So I always want to make sure that I keep that with me. Now, in conjunction, like I said, with your hand sanitizer, your medicine, your wipes, you also want to make sure that you take straws, because Carnival has sometimes these like little candy straws that come with your drinks. And some people like them, some people don't. Once you use them, they start to get like soft and things like that. So they're edible straws. So some people like them, some people don't, but I will always say, make sure you get you some straws. You can get some disposable straws where you can carry again in your little carry-on little pouch, and then as you visit the different restaurants or you get a canned soda or whatever, you can always just put your straw in there if you're one, not to drink out of the cup or drink out of the can. Now, I will also say, if you prefer, like I did, what I did was I actually got a straw that was reusable, and it came with like a little clip. And what I would do is I would actually just clip, and I'll have to show you guys, but I just clip my reusable straw to my lanyard, and then that way anywhere I went on the boat, I always had a straw with me, okay? And so like I said, you could just slip it right on in a can of soda or whatever, but you always had a straw with you. And they have, like, if you get the regular basic drinks, they have like the tea and the lemonade, and so they have the cups. But like I said, some people are germ free, so they don't want to, put their mouth on, cups. I mean, they're sanitized, they're clean, they're washed. But, if you are one who prefers not to do that, then I suggest either, one, bring some disposable straws, or 2, get you a reusable straw that you can carry with you at all times. The last thing, number 3, I would say, if you don't want to do those 2, then just carry like a water bottle. I brought my water bottle from home that had like a little handle up at the top, and basically I would just carry that around with me. It came with a straw, so like if I was getting soda, if I was getting lemonade or juice or whatever, I would pour the ice in my cup, and then I would fill my cup up, and then that way I could walk around and, I could leave from the restaurant and I could go, to do bingo, or I could leave the restaurant and I could go to, the art show or whatever, because I had my drink with me. So those are just a few things in order to stay healthy and stay safe on your next Carnival cruise, okay? Again, I'm your girl Toya. If you guys have any questions, as always, please make sure you ask your questions in the comment, and I will definitely get back with you and write you back. If you guys are wanting to go on your next cruise and you're like, hey, I ain't trying to plan that is too much work, then make sure you guys hit your girl up. I'll be more than happy to find a cruise for you that fits your needs and fits your family needs as well. Specialize it for you, give you all the tips, tricks, and hacks that you need to know to ensure that you enjoy your very next cruise. Whether that's your first cruise or whether this is going to be your 10th, 11th, 12th cruise and you have cruised before. Either way, I can get the job done for you. Please make sure that you also subscribe to my channel. Make sure you click the bell in the upper right hand corner. Get all the notifications as we continue to make content for you guys, okay? Other than that, I will talk to y'all and I will see y'all later.